Yeah, that was a hauntingly beautiful FMV, and the next one's going to be similar as well, actually.
When Sin attacked Xanarkand that day, I woke up in Spira. I kept hoping it would work in reverse, too.
I will defeat Sin. I must defeat Sin.
I was just fooling myself. Maybe it was that day, on the sea, under the burning sun. I started to give up hope. I was in a foreign world. I wasn't going home. This was my new reality, and I was stuck in it for good.
Okay, so here we are in Kilika. Well, what remains of Kilika anyway.
Greetings. I am the summoner Yuna. I have come from the temple in Besaid.
Oh, Milady Summoner!
If there is no other summoner here, please allow me to perform the sending.
Thanks, BTA.
Our loved ones. We feared they would become fiends.
Please, take me to them.
We'll go see what we can do to help in town.
Huh?
Alright, so we're going to get to see one of the summoner's other jobs other than trying to defeat Sin. They also perform something called the Sending, and don't worry, Tidus will ask the questions that you will all be wondering if you haven't played the game before. But I mean, as you can see again, Sin has attacked and destroyed another village, and I think this one is very different to the first one that we witnessed in Xanarkand, because that one, the game had just started, you know, we had no idea what was going on. It was kind of action-packed, futuristic city. But here, I mean, obviously, I think they've done that to just reaffirm just how much of an, you know, dangerous and evil thing Sin is, and obviously they're trying to build, you know, your hatred against it and wanting to defeat it. I mean, this time we had, you know, women and children that were wiped out and all that kind of stuff. So it's a much more powerful type of destruction than the one we witnessed in Xanarkand. Oh, okay, so there was a shop here. But yeah, so now we're going to watch Yuna do the sending. And if you notice, Tidus didn't get transported anywhere this time. But this is a beautiful place and a very beautiful scene.
What's a sending? Are we going somewhere?
You truly are clueless. Are you sure it's just your memory that's the problem? The dead need guidance. Filled with grief over their own death, they refuse to face their fate. They yearn to live on and resent those still alive. You see, they envy the living. And in time, that envy turns to anger, even hate. Should these souls remain in Spira, they become fiends that prey on the living. sad, isn't it? The sending takes them to the farplane, where they may rest in peace.
Summoners do this? It must be tough, being a summoner.
Yuna chose her own path. She knew from the beginning what it meant. All we can do is protect her along the way, until the end.
Until the end? What's the end?
Until she defeats sin.
Oh.
I hope I did okay.
You did very well. They've reached the farplane by now, but no tears next time.
I wished there would never be a next time. No more people being killed by sin. No more sendings for Yuna. Everyone stood there watching her. It was strange, and somehow horrifying. I never wanted to see it again.
Yeah, it was a very smart response from Lulu, because when Tidus asked that question, she had to be very careful with what she said. Again, those of you who played the game will understand why, but it's she had to be very careful with what she said there. But that FMV there is one of my favourites. Again, I mean, just like the whole attack, it's I mean, hauntingly beautiful is the only way I can really describe it. The colours and the way it's choreographed is really nice. Now let's just check out what this kid has to say about things. Yeah, you go, kid. Good luck to you. There is a tavern around here that has an owlbear primer, so I'll make sure I find that before I move on. But I always get confused.
Hey, you awake? Captain Walker's waiting for you.
Okay. not... don't think it's this. Well, there's a treasure chest in here, so that's cool. Nothing that important. But again, what I find interesting is that there is some kind of afterlife in this world. So, you know, we have the souls that need to be sent to the farplane and that kind of stuff. It's right there, it's in front of me. Okay, good stuff. Cool. So yeah, there is a concept of the afterlife and, you know, people getting sent on to somewhere where they can rest in peace. So there is, you know, some kind of, you know, other world, which is interesting.
Ah, there you are. Be said Aurochs, huddle. On to the temple, where we pray for victory. Go! High Summoner O'Halloran used to live in the Kilika temple here. Yep, Lord O'Halloran was once a great blitzer, you know.
Waka. Praying for victory's all good. But is this right?
Something wrong with enjoying blitzball?
Is this really the time?
This is the only time. The players fight with all their strength. The fans cheer for their favorite team. They forget pain, suffering. Only the game matters. That's why Blitz has been around for so long. At least that's what I think.
Whatever you say.
Let's play and win, right?
Right.
Temple's beyond the jungle there. Let's go.
Yeah, it is interesting that Blitz seems to be one of the few things that is still around 1,000 years after Tidus was still playing. Yeah. There's nothing really. I guess we can have that. Why not? We could get one for Lulu because she's so low on HP. Don't really need it, but might as well. Okay. I think I am done with this whole region. But yeah, what I was going to say, High Summoners are people who have defeated Sin, and in that temple there was only a statue of 5, I think. And, well, Sin attacked Xanakin 1,000 years ago, so it's been around for at least 1,000 years. So it's only been defeated 5 times in 1,000 years. So that means Sin must have killed a lot of people in that time. So I guess they do have to try and find something to you know, to live for and to enjoy, because they seem to be living in a pretty miserable world. Okay, there's going to be a bit of an interesting conversation here.
What's up?
Yuna's saying she wants you with us.
Huh?
I want to ask you to be my guardian.
You know what? There's no time for jokes, yeah? He may be a blitzball whiz kid, but up against fiends, he's a newbie.
Not a guardian, then. I just want him nearby.
What?
What? What do you mean?
It's just that... well...
We're all going to the temple anyway. Can't this wait till later?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have...
There's nothing to be sorry about. I'm just not really sure what's going on.
My apologies.
Good old Lulu, always diffusing awkward situations. Okay, these kind of password type things you see here, they're not going to make much sense until you decipher the whole owlbed thing, and even then you're not going to be able to really make use of them for quite a while, so we don't need to talk about these too much at the moment. But I mean, I always understood that cutscene as well. Yuna thinks that Tidus' father was her father's guardian, so I guess it's only natural that she thinks this is not a coincidence.
Kimari, why don't you use Lance? Or what?
Yeah.
Normally, it says, but when Alonso uses it.
I've already explained it.
Hey, sounds...
Okay, so here's the first one. There you go. So that's why I've always thought it was never really a weird kind of request from Yuna. But I guess when she says, I just want him nearby, that does sound a bit weird. So it's a mixture of wanting to get into his pants and also believing that it's not a coincidence that he's here. Okay, there's some treasure chests around here that I will try to locate, and that way I get to do a few random battles as well. And that should be enough random battling in this area. This is the one thing I actually hate in this place. I'm going to save the Kimari's overdrive for the next boss battle.
Burn.
There we go. There is an optional boss in this area that I will be taking on because
You're not
it
too
does,
bad.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
because it does have some nice rewards if you can defeat it. There's a treasure chest here. Oh shit, there isn't. Damn it. Where is it? Let's move along the sphere grid first. But yeah, you can't ignore random encounters completely because obviously A, you need to level up, and B, obviously you need to make sure you keep collecting these spheres, because if you run out then you won't be able to activate the node, and that's not cool. So, Kimari is an interesting character indeed. As you can see, he is right next to the most powerful spell in the entire game, but obviously there's no way he's going to get anywhere near that for now. But Kimari's individual sphere grid is very small, and he is basically, he can practically be anything that he wants to be. He can be a white mage, he can be a high HP, high strength tank type character, he can be a black mage, he can be anything he wants. And I think for this reason a lot of people actually end up ignoring him because they don't really know where to take him or what to do with him. And I've never really used Kimari too much, I'm going to be honest with you here. But what I'll do is I'll finish his kind of immediate sphere grid, just this kind of little bit around here, and then from there we'll figure it out. So he starts off with a few little HP boosts, and early on that seems to be his main kind of thing, HP and strength, which, you know, by looking at him you wouldn't be surprised. Okay. These abilities are going to come in fairly useful for later. These basically make you immune to that particular type of damage for one kind of hit, as it were.